I dropped a stat last week where I talked about how only 46% of small and medium businesses use MFA or multi-factor authentication. Well, today, I kind of want to show you how to set it up with Microsoft 365. So let's talk about it. All right, it's week 3, Cybersecurity Awareness Month 2022. I spend every week talking in front of a camera. Sometimes you just get to see me, but today I want to give you something special. That stat is terrifying and it's stupid. Setting up multi-factor authentication for the things that we do every single day, especially email that's critical for our business, is not difficult. So I'm going to show you how to set it up for a brand new Microsoft 365 email account. It's a little different if you have an established account, but it's not much. And then I'm going to show you how to actually sign in to a brand new PC with a Microsoft 365 account and have it automatically set up pass-through authentication, which is a fancy term where if you open the browser up, you can log into your account. Now, we can do some other fancy things with that, but there's another video for that later. But I just want to show you how easy it is to get started. And if you can't do it, if you don't know how to do it, to set it up on the back end, we're here for you. Your IT provider can help you as well. But let's get started. Just so I can set the scene with what we're doing here. This is my iPhone on the left that we're broadcasting, and this is a sandbox environment. It's a really safe environment where I can start setting up these accounts. So the first thing we want to do is we're going to log in and we want to set up our MFA. So we're going to go and type in customer demo, multigurus.com. Paste password in. And we're not going to save this. The first thing you're going to notice when you set this up is you're going to need to provide some more information. So we're going to go through this. I will blur out any personal information that has to do with this, but we're going to go through setting up the authentication. So I want to do it with the Authenticator app in this case, and I've already got this on my phone. That's what's up right now. So we'll go next, and we'll say OK. This QR code is important. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do work or school. I'm going to scan a QR code. It's on my messy desk. All right. And we'll see at the bottom. I'm going to blur out the other ones, but we're going to see at the bottom. This is the one that we want to do. So we want to click on it. And that's our one-time code. Right now, we're just going to do push authentication. Now, there's some things out there with push authentication where people can get MFA bombed and it causes somebody to be able to get access to your account, but we'll cover that later. So as you can see, I go to log in. I need to click approve. That's it. Now my multi-factor authentication is set up. Now I'm going to put a phone number in here to receive text messages on. And this is just a backup. And we'll see that I received the code. So our default sign-in will be our Authenticator, and we'll verify that after we're done. And because this is my first login attempt, I do have to change my password. So this is a brand new user account. Typically, if you weren't a new user account, you wouldn't be doing this, but I created a demo account obviously for this reason. All right. Do never. And again, you're not going to get prompted for this normally on an existing account. This is just saying, hey, we've already set this up. Cool. We'll hit done. And for this purpose, I will say no. You could say yes on a machine that you trust. And we can see I'm in here. So we'll get the welcome to Microsoft Office. Obviously, if you've already done this before, you're not going to see this, but that's fine. And then what we can do if we want to verify what our default sign-in is, we can go up to the corner and do view account. We'll go to security info, click update. Wait, and we can see that right now our default sign-in method is Microsoft Authenticator, and that's what we want. We don't want the phone number to be the default authenticator. So we'll leave that, and now what we can do is log off, and we can verify that the multi-factor authentication is working. So we're going to sign out. We're actually going to close this browser. So we'll go through and we will log back in. We just want to make sure that the multi-factor authentication works. And you'll see over on the left, we get the approved to log in. I know that I'm doing this, and this can say don't ask for 90 days. I don't necessarily want that. You could if you're on a trusted device, but in my case, I just want to log in. And boom, I'm in. So that's a quick demo on setting up multi-factor authentication with Microsoft 365 on a new user account. On an existing user account, it's a little more seamless. Just the next time they log in, they'll be asked to register once we enable it. So you don't have to see like the intro stuff and you won't have to change your password necessarily like we did here, but this is a brand new account. So I just wanted to show that. All right. I don't know if you saw in the last video, I had a turtle in my background. So you get to see the turtle this time. Oops, my phone went to sleep. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're setting up a new computer. So this is a Windows 11 virtual machine. What we're going to do is we want this to sign into our Microsoft 365 account and have things assigned to it automatically. We leverage a lot of the Microsoft 365 suite, including being able to manage the devices and being able to apply policies and apply some security. So we're going to, now we've already set up MFA for this. So what we want to do is go log in and type our password. Now you can see this is forcing my MFA. So my multi-factor authentication I just set up, it's saying, okay, you can't sign into this account without approving this. And because I'm looking at it, I know it's me, I'm going to approve it. Now, if that pops up on your phone and you don't know if it's you, safely deny it or ignore it and don't actually accept it. So what I'll do is I'll let this go for a few minutes and then I'll cut back to when it gets to the desktop. All right, so you can see now that I'm sitting at a login screen. Might be a little small. I'll fix that in just a couple minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and log in here. And this is my 365 login. So I can't paste it this time, which is fine. And there's a good thing of I can't type. Actually, it's not that I can't type. I forgot a character. All right, so I logged in. It's going to ask me to do Windows Hello. And I'm going to make this a little bigger now that I can. I don't, if you have a camera or you have a fingerprint device on a fingerprint reader on your laptop, you can go ahead and set this up. As part of our authorization, we have this. Now, let's see, it's going to ask me for my multi-factor authentication again. And my phone locked up apparently with the streaming, so I'm going to go improve this. And I can't use a PIN on this account because I don't have, it's a virtual machine. I don't have anything to actually use for a PIN. Like I don't have a camera hooked up to the virtual machine. I don't have a fingerprint reader. So we're just going to skip this for now. And now we're at the desktop. Now the cool thing about this is, and we'll ignore the phone that's hung up on the left there. When you go to do this, if you go to portal.office.com, actually you can confirm here, you can sign in to Google to grab data, or you can continue sign in. One of the things I like about Edge is it turns sync on automatically. So anytime I sign into a new device, it's going to sync my favorites. It's going to sync my browser settings over for me. So I don't need to customize this anymore. What I want to do is I want to go to portal.office.com. Maybe I want to install Office now. We can automate some of that. What you'll see is it's going to sign me in because I've already authenticated to the computer. I've already multi-factor authenticated to it. It's trusted device now on Microsoft, so it can log me in automatically with Edge. It's beautiful. If I want to go ahead and install Office, I can go here. I can say, you know what? I'll install Office. Now, you are an administrator by default. When we set these up for customers, we remove this administrative function so that users can't run as administrators. But that's it. That's setting up multi-factor authentication. That's getting signed into a brand new PC with your account. You can see where the multi-factor happened. And you can see that we actually were able to log into the portal for Office without having to provide creds. And if you wanted to, you could even go look up... you can look up your email real quick while you're going ahead and installing Office. There you go. Don't have an email, it's a brand new account, but you can see I can get to all this. So, and then Office will install the background, and once that's done, I'll have my Office suite, and it'll actually sign me in. And see how easy that was? See how easy that was for the user? It's not difficult. There's some setup on the back end that has to be done. That's fine. That can be more complicated, depends on your organizational needs. We can make it really complicated. But from the end user experience, it's not that difficult. And it protects you against 99% of automated attacks. Now, if somebody has your password, that's where the MFA bombing comes in. So if they can log in to the portal and present your username and password, they can keep doing that over and over again, and the user will get that prompt to accept the login. This is where we have trained users. If you're logging in and you get prompted and you know it's you, hit accept. If you're sitting there and you get prompted, don't. Now, it could be a device that you have that's trying to check in that it just needs to refresh that token, because what happens is when you accept it, it gives you a token. That's fine, but you can do that later. Don't just hit blind accept. Never hit blind accept. Always make sure it's something that you're doing or something that you're looking at on your screen for a known device that's happening. And that's it. It's really that simple. Is it perfect? No. Again, there are advanced attacks that can get around this. But this is what you should be setting up for every single account you can possibly set up. Every setup's a little different, but for the most part, you're always going to get a QR code, and you can use the Microsoft Authenticator to do it. You can use Authy, you can use Duo, you can use some password managers like Keeper offer the ability to do that as well, to where you can scan the QR code and you can create that OTP, one-time password, where you can get the code and generate it. So I hope this is helpful. If you have any comments, drop them down below, DM us, share this please, because I think there's a lot of people out there that think it's very difficult to set up and use, and it's really not. And we're here to share the message. So again, until next time, stay cyber safe.